Welcome to Frogfoot Holler, y'all. I'm Michael. My nephew Colton is behind the camera today. And there are a ton of gnats out here today. Good grief. All right, so what am I doing today? Well, I ain't actually going to be doing a whole lot today. We have been running around nonstop today. And it's getting that time to where I have to make the decision, am I going to do something or not? So I'm out here looking at my garden. And I figured while I was looking at my garden, I'll talk about it a little bit. See, we got some stuff coming up. It's going to take a little bit of time to do, but we're going to get her done. Now, over here, these are my sweet peas, all 4 rows, and we're actually going to be getting these up soon, sometime this week. And, well, that means taking up the post, taking down the netting, and pulling up all the sweet peas, which means I have to pick a bunch of sweet peas. Whew, this is going to be a lot of sweet peas, y'all. Now, we have that going on. We also have some cucumbers right here. I have 3 trellises of cucumbers that we're going to add some more supports to this week. And also behind that, we have a bunch of potatoes. Yeah, guys, potatoes that we're going to be starting to dig up this week. Whew, I'm thinking we're going to have a few taters that I think I'm going to at least get over the 100-pound mark. I hope. Probably, most likely. But we'll see. Now, guys, I want to show you something over here. Come take a look at this. All right, guys, we're over here with my squash. Now, guys, y'all remember I trimmed these squash up, or pruned them up, just last week. And it hardly looks like I did anything at all to them. I mean, good grief, look at all this. So, probably next week, I'm going to be pruning again. Now, yesterday, me and my nephew came out here and picked all the squash. And when I mean yesterday, I mean Sunday, which this will be shown Tuesday, so 2 days ago for y'all? I don't know, that's confusing. But we went ahead and picked all the squash. Guys, we got 18 3/4 pounds of squash off these rows right here. And my other squash ain't even starting to come in yet. They're growing, but they ain't there yet. And look at this, guys. I have to pick more squash today. This squash probably weigh about 3/4 pound a piece, easily. Guys, I'm gonna be overrun with squash this year. That's a good thing. All right, so guys, also, these are my peppers and corn, and well, they're doing pretty good. Now, I planted my corn later than I would have normally down here in the south because of the frost that we were getting and the temperature variations and the this, that, and the other conditions. So I went ahead and decided to plant my corn a little bit later. It'll be fine. But guys, my peppers are doing real great. I do need to add some fertilizer to them, but they're doing real great. And I also need to do some landscaping, some maintenance with these. That's a brown spot disease. Now, I can fix this fairly easily. I'm going to use that peroxide solution on the peppers, and I'm going to pick all the leaves off that are infected first, put them out the garden, and then spray that peroxide solution on them. And well, I should be all right with that. But speaking of peroxide solution, let me show you my cherry tomatoes. All right, guys, we are over here with my cherry tomatoes. I got 24 of these little boogers. And guys, y'all remember previous video, I had some brown spots on the cherry tomato leaves. Well, I did not quite recognize what those brown spots were. And so I started doing some research. And it actually turns out to be cold related. Yes, I said cold related. Here in the south, cold related. And well, I knew it wasn't blight, and I knew it wasn't the other diseases because I'm used to seeing those. I'm not used to seeing cold related issues on my plants. So I had to do some research. And between Texas A&M and talking with Danny over there at Deep South Homestead and a couple of other articles I was reading, everything mashed up, guys. So it wasn't a disease on the plants, it was just cold related. But guys, take a look at them. Look how big these things have gotten. And remember, they were itty bitty when last time y'all saw them. And over here, you got them where they're actually starting to flower. Look at that, already starting to flower. But guys, here's the problem. When you live in the South and you have heat waves, this week is supposed to be in the hundreds. Yep, in the hundreds already. And tomatoes, they do love heat. However, they pretty much like I am. They prefer air conditioning if possible. But the flowers, I'm expecting some of them to fall off. And well, there's not a whole lot I can do about it. Also, they're small enough where I don't mind too much because of the fact I want them to put their energy into growing. Now, what I will be doing to try to counteract the heat will be running my sprinklers more often. So that way it keeps the soil temperature lower. And, well, hopefully keep the tomatoes alive. Now, like I said, tomatoes do love heat, so I'm not really worried about them dying over. But if it gets to the hundreds and a little bit past and it stays like that for a while, we'll start having trouble. All right, guys, so I appreciate y'all joining in with me today. This is one of those little short videos, but we got a lot of work to do, and we got to do a lot of weeding today. So we're going to get to hopping on it, and I appreciate y'all joining in. Y'all have a froggy day. This has been Michael with Frogfoot Holler.